And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday. Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend. Welcome back to Grade A Power Plays on the Grade A Fantasy channel. We are back. Quick review of what happened over the weekend. Hit a few props here and there. Bennett Samuskevich, as usual, comes in. Hit a Timo Meyer shot ladder. When it came to Saturday, got back good old, what was it? Hurdle Dorofeyev. It was like mainly hit or miss. Didn't really fully go my way. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the end of Friday, which ended up fine because I ended up with a whole ton of Leo Carlson. Pretty much Anaheim, too. Pretty much ran me some good money that day. So we're hoping to have the same thing happen today. Let's get right into it. I haven't booked anything yet, but let's get right to it. First off, we've got Buffalo and Boston. Buffalo at Boston. This game has the potential of a lot of power play goals. In both meetings early this season, these teams have already played twice. In both meetings, power play goal by each team. Couple games, there was at least two. You have two teams that are basically 1 and 2 in penalty minutes. Both of these teams are in the bottom 10 in penalty kill. But we do know that there are stages that Boston does muck it up a little bit and does show some good defensive tendencies, especially at home. So that's why when it comes to this game, I'll still bet the power plays. But I'll be a little bit scared and worried about betting pairs and combos for Buffalo, even though they are pretty much adequate to do so. Now, big news, continuing with their injuries. Buffalo had morning skate. I was waiting for a little bit. I wanted to get this out about an hour earlier, but there were still teams who didn't have morning skate. Now most of the slate, or at least the games that I'm concentrating on, have confirmed goalies and morning skate. And still missing from Buffalo. We still have Paterka out. Yuri Kulich wasn't there. Josh Norris still wasn't there. So that's basically three of your top forwards. And so you got to do stuff like move up Zach Benson, Ryan McLeod, Jordan Greenway. Jason Zucker's fine, but he's not playing with Ryan McLeod. No disrespect, he's not the center caliber that Dylan Cousins used to be there. Now what Josh Norris is supposed to be there. So when it comes to the points, the only thing you really can do, like I said, obviously everybody's not really here. I mean, you can combine maybe the defenseman will step up, and you do have it there. I mean, Ryan McLeod is there. You got Jason Zucker there. I mean, that is some nice plus money props right there. But if anything, yes, you pretty much have everybody, or just the main guys. You have Tage Thompson. Tuck moved up to his right side. So Tage and Tuck, that's power play correlated, but that's right now minus 106. What I like mainly is the Boston front line. I like different combinations of, because after Pastranak being so high 330, you still get value of his line mates Geeky and Zaka. You add Zaka, gets the plus 106. And I'm actually going to take that right now because earlier when I did the research, as I'm looking in my book, that was plus 101. So that increased slightly. And then Pastra and Geeky I like, and that is now plus 108. It was 102 earlier, so I'll definitely take a combination on that. And then, of course, Zaka and Geeky was earlier 180, and all these guys are fully correlated. That's plus 190 now, so 10 more points on that. So happy that I actually waited on that. So I basically got Boston's front line. You basically got two teams. Buffalo's just crumbling defensively, and obviously losing, not having Josh Norris, Kulich, and Paterka. I definitely see Boston having the ability to muck this up a little bit and maybe hold them down to maybe 1, maybe 2 goals. But I definitely like with Buffalo, yes, they had a tough win this weekend, but Buffalo still gives up in most of Buffalo's games this season, or at least the last few games. In their last 5 to 6 games, Buffalo has at least given up 3 or more, if I'm not mistaken. They had to fight to overtime 4-3. They won against Edmonton 3-2, but before that they were losing 5-2, 4-2, 4-3, 6-6, 4. When they beat Vegas this weekend, they gave up 3 and they had to win in the shootout. So the top line should have the ability, and once again, they actually, and they're number one. I used to pick on Boston all the time. Buffalo has surpassed them in penalty minutes, and they have a worse penalty kill. So definitely, without a doubt, I definitely like the top combinations. And also, if we continue there, what else do I like? I don't think his stuff moved. Where is he? That actually moved. Mason Lohrei plus 134. It was plus 122, so I'm definitely going to take that along. And then that means plus 172 was his assist earlier, so I wouldn't be surprised if that just jumped close to 200. That also might be an option of something that I might want to take. Lohrei is plus 190 now. He's not plus 190, so that's definitely something interesting to look at. But other than that, what I like here are all the power play points. And we're pretty much going to take that whole top line, and we're damn sure going to make sure we get a piece of Lohrei. There goes Pastranak. As we keep scrolling down, we got Pastranak, we got Mason Lohrei plus 330. There goes Zacha. And if I'm not mistaken, they did move Middlestat up there as well, even though Middlestat has yet to get a power play point since he has joined this team. Yes, Middlestat is there. He's mainly, I think he plays mainly net front. No, it's pretty much spread out. It's Morgan Geeky that's mainly, but they don't have Geeky up here, so we'll just get all 5 of these guys here together. Zacha, Middlestat, we'll just go that way and put them all for a sprinkle, and we'll let it rock from there. You can also take some of the Buffalo power plays. Like I said, maybe they'll muck it up 5-on-5, but special teams, there is the ability for Boston to do some damage, which I like the opportunity of that to happen. But for that, other than that, the top line combinations and Mason Lohrei. But don't get me wrong, there is some opportunity there. These are two teams that don't play good defensively. So if you're looking for some plus money points, this could be the Anaheim 2 effect. Because after you move from the top line, the defense doesn't get no better for Boston either. So if you're looking for some good plus money props, I'm not going to lie, you might... Oh, sorry, these are the assists here. For points, not going to lie, but it does look kind of good if you go Zucker, McLeod, and Benson. They're there. All of them are there. He and Ryan McLeod's the center. If you go McLeod and Benson, that's what, plus 287. You add Jason Zucker to that line, all 3 of them combined is plus 451. And if I'm not mistaken, McLeod and Benson, they're on, if I'm not mistaken, no, McLeod's on power play 1. If you combine McLeod and Zucker, that's power play 1 combination. That's line 2 power play 1 combination right there. So that might work. So if you want that correlation, it'll be McLeod and Zucker you'll probably want to go for. And that's plus 195. But my favorite side, I like the Buffaloes. I like the Boston side on this, especially when they're at home. Like I said, they have the history to muck it up. But the only thing good, and another thing is, like, it's not Swayman, even though Swayman hasn't been that good. It's Korpisalo. Korpisalo has not had a good year, so be aware of those Buffalo props. I'll be taking a look at them later myself, but my favorite side of this game is definitely the Boston side, plus still good power play odds besides Pastranak. Now we'll go on to the Devils and Columbus Blue Jackets game. Lots of opportunity here. Jet Greaves is starting for Columbus with Danny Tarasenko still holding up back up, and they're probably going to need him to hold the fort a little bit. They don't want to, I guess, rush him out. So Tarasenko will be the backup. Jet Greaves gets his start. This is his 6th, maybe 7th start of the season, as Merzlikins is injured. Columbus, as usual, always dealing with a ton of injuries. So what we're looking at here is the possibility of some good points. Yes, Jesper Bratt is pretty expensive, but we're also looking at a bad defense in Columbus. They are scoring, they just can't defend. Jet Greaves, except for one game, he's pretty much going to give up 3 or more goals in every one. He's just around the 90 save percentage, but like I said, this is his 7th game of this year. What helps, he's not going against Dougie Hamilton. They lose a little bit of firepower, but it's still a strong offense. You still got Hischier, Meyer, you got Luke Hughes stepping up. And with the morning skate, yes, it is Hischier, Nosen, and Meyer. So on the top line, Hischier and Meyer don't look too bad. That's a plus 119 if you're going to go for that. Hischier and Nosen. Nosen by himself is plus 142. Combine them with some good plus odds, you're looking at over plus 200 with these guys. Plus that, it's no longer. Stefan Nason is no longer on that top power play, so there's no power play correlation. It's just line correlation. It's Dawson Mercer who's taking that spot. And if I'm not mistaken, Mercer is here for a point by himself, plus 124. Just hasn't correlated into a power play goal yet ever since he's been moved up there. But mainly what I'm looking at, even though there are interesting combinations, I'm just going to continue, and we're going to stick with the other Hughes that's available. We're going to stick with Luke Hughes for the assists. Luke Hughes is plus 128 for an assist. That's gone up from plus 124. For 2 assists, it's plus 280. So definitely interesting there. What I would like to say is, and once again, goals are to be had. This is his 6th start this season. He hasn't had 6 starts. This is his 6th start. He has a 3 goals against average, and New Jersey has only had 3 power play goals against in the last 7 games. They're a top 10 penalty kill. So it's an option to pick these guys, which is good. But I'm going to stick with the power play points because everything's pretty solid after Bratt and Hischier, 160 plus 210. Luke Hughes is plus 300. Timo Meyer is plus 330. If you want to take a risk on Dawson Mercer, he plays one of those positions where it's hard to get the power play goals. And yes, he has not picked up a power play point yet. So we're just going to take the couple of sprinkles here. We got Luke Hughes, Timo Meyer. I guess he sure should be a good one. He's plus 210. We'll take that one too. Now, on the opposite end, I do like Luke Hughes for some multiple points though. That I'll be grabbing up pretty soon. As we see here, Luke Hughes for an assist, plus 128. Him for a point. Luke Hughes is still minus 106. So yeah, it's the assist that we'll be going for Luke Hughes. Definitely has done a great job of generating the offense and controlling the offense in Dougie Hamilton's absence. Now, if we're going to go to the Columbus side, here's what you have to realize. Slight changes. Fantilli is no longer on the top line. If you're looking for point combinations, Fantilli's no longer there. Fantilli's still in the top power play. He's just not on the top line with Voronkov and Marchenko. They skated with Voronkov in the middle, not Fantilli. Marchenko still on the right wing. Yegor Chinakhov is now the left winger on the top line. So when it comes to what they have available here, it's Marchenko and Voronkov. That's the combo there. And they're at home, so either they'll get a little bit of time against the top unit or they'll get some of the lower units and get away from the stronger defensive pairings, most importantly. And then when it gets to the second line, that's where the real correlation comes in on FanDuel. Because now I think you basically could use Boone Jenner, who's the left wing, Kent Johnson, who's the right wing, and Mr. Fantilli, who's on. That is a very, and like I said, they're at home. They're the second line, so they're not going to see the best combination there. And when it comes to power play correlation, Fantilli and Kent Johnson are together on the power play, while Boone Jenner and Chinakhov are on the second unit. Power play is risky. Jake Allen is the starter for Jersey, but it's one of the best penalty kills. But if there's anything that I would say, you might want to take a look at some of that second line correlation that I just showed you. Fantilli, Kent Johnson, Boone Jenner is now the second line, and they're all here together. So Fantilli being the center, you can definitely make different moves. The biggest odds on that line is basically minus 120, and then it just gets better from there. Like I said, you could go him and Ken Johnson. Ken Johnson's to his right. If you want to go a little lower, Boone Jenner's to his left. And like I said, it's great opportunity and price points right there. But my favorite plays right there, without a doubt, is definitely Luke Hughes for an assist. And I'm also thinking about maybe getting him on some other assists as well, possibly. I think this, with the way Columbus has been playing defense, Luke Hughes has the option for at least, he likes to shoot, so I don't know about 2 assists. 2 assists can be possible, but him for 2 points, Luke Hughes is a solid plus 480, and I don't think that changed if I have it in my notes here. I'm looking at my notes. I never wrote him down for 2 points. I was looking at 2 assists. 2 assists plus 680. I wonder if that changed. Nope, that's still the same. Plus 680 for Luke Hughes for 2 assists. So there you have that right there. And just a quick mention, not my favorite of this medium-sized slate, but I do think this does carry a mention. It is worth it. Calgary and Toronto. There's some opportunities here because these are 2 teams with very bad penalty kills, for one. Number 2, you got Calgary, who's top 5 in penalty minutes. Toronto's always a team that's always somewhere in the middle, lower half of the league. But both penalty kills are horrible. You got Calgary, who's 4th in penalty minutes, right at 75. Dustin Wolf is starting again, which is good. 1 month ago, when this team, though, combined to face each other, about the same goalie matchup. 1 month ago, 4 power play goals were scored between these 2 teams, 2 each. So, when we look at that, and do remember, Toronto is trying to do their best to like work out some depth and stuff like that. So they still have, they were still doing the weird, putting Nylander on the 3rd line. They stopped that, thank God. He's back on the 2nd line on the right wing of John Tavares. So that's power play correlation right then and there. So Tavares and Nylander, not bad odds, plus 105. You expect it to be a lot worse, especially with the way, Toronto's been scoring. Obviously, Matthews and Marner, you're not getting much there with them two. You would literally have to put him in. I think FanDuel should have Matthew Nyes up here. Yeah, they do. And all them 3 are just plus 150. So it's like, is it really worth it? You might as well just stick with Tavares and Nylander. When it comes to Calgary, with their morning skate, same thing. You rather go with these 2 together. Always Huberdeau and Kadri 4 point. That's plus 115. As you keep going lower, Coronado and Frost, they're playing on the same line because of the absence and injury to Mikhail Backlund. So that's something to look at. But really, it's really about the power. This is literally a game like I'm just showing you maybe some options for. But this is the game that could show off another at least 2 power play goals. 1 from each team will be fine the way we're betting here. Austin Matthews plus 155, Mitch Marner plus 190, and then Tavares 250. What sucks is they do not have Nylander, and that's what takes me away from probably wanting to do it. When it comes to the side of Calgary, though, all bets are there. Kadri and Huberdeau, top line correlation, so you can pick those 2 together, 290 plus 300. Mackenzie Weegar is the quarterback, plus 350. Coronado and Frost, they basically have the entire top 5. Morgan Rielly, remember, Toronto's one of the teams that goes 5 forwards. Morgan Rielly is the power play quarterback, but for the 2nd unit, not the Matthews unit. They still run 5 forwards on this. So they won't be changing that. So it's a little something, but I'm just, disappointed there's no Nylander there. But I'm just absolutely surprised that even though he's here, Tavares and Nylander isn't like looking like an Austin Matthews Marner kind of like combination, but something you might want to take a look into. But this is a slate where pretty much almost every game starts at 7. This is the 7:30 lock, or sportsbook wise 7:40, and then there's one 8 o'clock game, and that's it. But we're looking at the very beginning, and like I said, I see a lot of opportunity in the Buffalo-Boston game. There's a lot of good power play opportunities. I also see a lot of opportunities in the Jersey-Columbus game. And there's some valuable stacks to be had. Like I said, some line changes just to take advantage of. So I think I'm going to leave you with that. But yes, my favorite games to definitely look at is the Buffalo-Boston and Jersey-Columbus game, without a doubt. Good luck, everybody. That's what we are doing here today. I still got some stuff to look at because there's still a couple of practices and things like that. Not every goalie has been confirmed, but it's just about. But other than that, like I said, it's likely Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen starts between the pipes, but he's not confirmed. Like I said, Korpisalo, he's confirmed. That's why, like I said, it's interesting to get to maybe some Boston stacks. Jersey Devils, like I said, Jake Allen, Jack Greaves, they're in there. Like I said, Greaves got called up because of Merzlikins' injury. And like I said, it's not confirmed yet. Dustin Wolf and Joseph Woll are likely. They're just not confirmed yet. So just keep an eye out for that. But once again, thank you for taking the time to listen and watch this episode. Grade A Power Plays is done. Good luck tonight. And I'll see you tomorrow. Big slate tomorrow and Thursday. Good luck tonight.